Well, I'm kind of sad. Paladin Press has gone out of, well, they're not out of business. They're still doing e-deliveries, but they have shut down their hard copy production, so they don't sell books anymore. Bob Brown, he was the publisher of Soldier Fortune magazine and started Paladin Press many, many years ago. And they did primarily military, survival, martial arts, police science, that sort of books, and later videos. And they had a lot of good stuff in there. They had some real crap too. I picked up a couple of them that were just, anyway. But sort of buyer beware. But they had a lot of good stuff. They had a lot of older military manuals, especially. They had, for example, Fairbairn and Applegate's books. They had, I got some of Jeff Cooper's early videos off those guys. But I've picked up a lot of materials from them over the years, and as most of it's been good, solid stuff. Some of it not so good. I picked up a book on Renaissance swordsmanship that was just pure crap. Yeah. And I'm glad I didn't get the double whammy and get the guy's book on medieval swordsmanship as well, because it was the first one was just really horrible. But anyway, so they were closing out. They're closing out their hard copies, and I good deals. Oh my God, it was like $3 for a $60 book. It was insane stuff. But I got my shipment, and it's like I said, it's kind of sad. It's my last Paladin Press shipment, but I got some good stuff. I got in one that I already had, and then several that I did not have, and. I was going through their catalog, and it says, "Oh yeah, that looks good. Oh, I already have that one. Oh, that looks good. I already have that one." So over the years, and it's been a lot of years, I've picked up a lot of the stuff. Yeah, but I did pick up a few of them that things that I thought might be interesting. Okay, one of these is Bowies Big Knives, Best of Battle Blades, and what it is a collection of Bill Bagwell's articles from Soldier Fortune magazine. Bill Bagwell, he was a knife smith. He was very enamored with the Bowie design, and that's what he liked, was the Bowie style blades. And he did make good knives. He may have been a little single-minded as to what the best knife was, and to be honest, a 9.5-inch blade Bowie is a nice knife to defend yourself with, but it's bulky, and I honestly cannot see carrying one of those every day, which is what he recommended. And especially nowadays, for the bulk and everything, I just soon have a Glock myself, but to each his own. But it does have some good solid information. It was very knowledgeable as far as the manufacturing. I've just started reading that one, or rereading, because I've read most of the articles when they came out in the magazine years back. This is one I already had, and it's John Plaster's Ultimate Sniper. And it's John Plaster. He was Special Forces in Vietnam and became known as a sniping expert. He was not a sniper like a Marine Corps sniper or a school-trained sniper during Vietnam, but he did pick up most of it later. And the Ultimate Sniper is a good collection of a lot of stuff from, he's primarily Army, so most of his was Army doctrine, but he also covered a lot of the Marine Corps doctrine and whatnot, and then police sniping and so on and so forth. And it was a good solid collection of most of the available materials at the time. Now, I got the first edition. This is the updated and expanded edition. I haven't had a chance to go through it yet. It is quite a bit thicker, so they've got probably some new material in there. Probably mostly advances in technology, some of the newer technologies that are available as far as optics and weapons and whatnot go. Maybe like some of the new calibers. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to go through it yet, but I'd be interested to see what it is. And I don't mind having a backup because it's a good book, and I hate to wear my books out and then not have them. I don't mind having a backup on some of them. Plus, it gives me a loaner I can loan to somebody if they want to read it. Okay, this is another one I have not read, Wind Book for Rifle Shooters, and I'm sure there's nothing in here I'm not already familiar with, but it's nice to go through and see other people's take on things and see how other people articulate the ideas. When I'm trying to teach people some of these things, it's nice to be able to have a number of different ways to approach it, because not everybody obviously learns the same way, thinks the same way, and you explain it the exact same way every time, and some people are not going to get it. Whereas if you can take different explanation, different approach, different visualizations, all of a sudden you see, oh yeah, the light bulb will go off. Somebody will get it. As I said, I have not gone through this one. I don't know what it's got in it. It's probably just all the standard windage stuff for long range rifle shooting. But it'll be interesting to go through it, see if maybe I pick up a new trick. Probably not, but you never know. And just see if I can pick up a new way of looking at some of this stuff. And again, it's nice to have different reference materials on hand. This is another one I have not read, Long Range Precision Rifle Expanded Edition. Ooh, I never read the first one, so I don't know what's been expanded. Complete Guide to Hitting Targets at Distance. And again, I'm sure it's nothing I don't already know, but add it to the collection, and got something I can go through, and you never know, you might pick up something new. So, chance to get through this one. Now, this is one that I was very interested in, Complete Book of Combat Systema. Systema and Sambo were two of the Russian martial arts brought to Russia from the Far East. they're very interesting. I'm not I've got a passing familiarity with both of them. Sambo is essentially just judo. Sistema I was not really familiar with, and I'm watching it in action. Um, it's different, and what it is, it looks very similar to Aikido and some other things, but apparently it's came up out of China, so it's the Chinese systems of Chin-Na, grappling, whatnot, striking. So it is a slightly different approach from the Japanese systems that I'm most familiar with. So it'll be good to get sort of an overview of that. As I said, I'm not familiar with it. Horribly inexpensive, so I'll pick it up, go through it, see what strikes me. What I think of this. Although, as I said, I have seen videos of people using the Sistema, so I'm relatively familiar with it. But it'd be interesting to get a little handle on the history and whatnot. Now, there's another book. Dixie Gunworks just came out with their 2018 catalog, and I have a number of their catalogs to pick them up over the years. It's $5. If you're interested in gunsmithing or black powder shooting, whatnot, they are marvelous resources. They're wonderful reference materials. They've got a ton of charts and information, conversions for volumes and weights, and a lot of historical information. And it and the Brownells catalog, they just have a ton of useful reference material. And the Dixie Gunworks, and besides being fun to go through, and it's got a lot of the old black powder, which is they're primarily black powder, but they have a lot of other materials in there. And they've got a lot of historical materials and whatnot. But the reference materials in it are just fabulous. And if you don't have one, it is well worth the $5. Get you a Dixie Gunworks catalog. As I said, as a catalog, it's fun to go through. They've got a lot of neat stuff, especially for black powder, historical recreationists, whatnot. But for reference materials, excuse me, I wouldn't have. It's one of my prime reference materials for my library for especially gunsmithing. So I do recommend that wholeheartedly. But anyway, Paladin Press. I guess they're still delivering their electronic materials. They're still delivering their ebooks and videos online. I don't know how long that's going to go on, but they are shut down as far as delivering hard copies. So I got the last of my Paladin Press books, and as I said, it's kind of a sad day for me.